The attic that only opens from the inside. My name is Clara Monroe. I'm 38 years old, and I bought the house on Maple Street because the price was too low to be real. It was a 3-story Victorian in a quiet neighborhood outside Portland, Oregon, peeling gray paint, wraparound porch, steep gabled roof. The kind of place that looks like it's been waiting for someone to notice it again. The realtor called it a fixer-upper with character. I called it mine. The attic was the last room I explored. It was up a narrow staircase behind a door on the second-floor landing. The door had no knob, just a small brass plate where one should have been, and it was painted shut. The realtor said the previous owner had sealed it years ago after a leak, and no one had bothered to reopen it since. She handed me the keys and left me to it. I pried the door open with a crowbar on my 3rd day in the house. The wood splintered. The hinges groaned like they hadn't moved in decades. Inside, dust, thick as velvet, slanted ceilings, a single small window covered in cobwebs. Old trunks, a dressmaker's dummy, boxers labeled in faded handwriting. The air smelled of cedar and something sweeter, almost floral. I didn't go in far that first time. I just stood in the doorway and looked. The next morning, the door was closed again. It's not latched. It's not locked. Closed flush, as if someone had gently pulled it shut from the other side. I opened it again. Same dust, same trunks, same dummy staring blankly at the wall. I left it open. That night I woke to the sound of footsteps overhead, slow, deliberate. Someone walking the length of the attic. From one end to the other, I sat up in bed. The house was silent except for those steps. I grabbed my phone, flashlight on, crept up the stairs. The door was closed again. I opened it. The attic was empty, but the dressmaker's dummy had been moved. It stood in the center of the room now, facing the doorway. Its blank wooden head tilted slightly, as if listening. I backed out, closed the door. The footsteps returned the next night, and the next. Always the same pattern, pacing from one gable to the other, pausing at the window, then back again. I started sleeping with the door to the attic staircase locked. It didn't help. The footsteps began coming from inside the walls, soft at first, then louder, then closer. One night they stopped right behind my headboard. I pressed my ear to the wall, breathing, slow, steady, human. I moved to the couch downstairs. The footsteps followed. They paced the second-floor hallway above me. Back and forth, back and forth. I called a contractor. Came the next day. Tore open the drywall in the hallway. Nothing. No hidden room, no crawl space. Just plaster and lath and empty space. Patched it up! Charged me double for the weird vibes. I stayed anyway. I had nowhere else to go. Then the thing started moving. A photograph of my mother on the mantle turned upside down while I was in the shower. The kitchen chairs were pulled out from the table when I came down for breakfast. My keys were placed in the exact center of the dining table every morning. I started sleeping with the lights on. The footsteps didn't care. One night I woke to the attic door standing wide open. I hadn't gone near it. I walked up the stairs. The dummy was gone. In its place, on the floor in the center of the room, was a single sheet of paper. Yellowed, old. Handwritten in careful cursive. Clara, I've been waiting since 1947. The door only opens from the inside. You have to want to stay. Come up when you're ready. I'll leave the light on. No signature. I stared at the note for a long time. Then I folded it, put it in my pocket, went back downstairs. The next morning, the note was on my pillow, unfolded. The handwriting had changed. Now it read, "You read it." The door is open. I went to the attic. The door was open. The dummy was back in the corner, but now it had a face. Not painted, not carved. My face, photographed, cut out, pinned to the wooden head. Smiling, the same smile I used in my driver's license photo. I turned to leave. The door slammed shut behind me, locked from the inside. I pounded on it, screamed. No sound came through. The room was soundproof. I looked around. The window was painted shut. The trunks were empty. The dressmaker's dummy needled its head and spoke. Poke. Soft. Calm. I've been waiting since 1947, it said. You have to want to stay. I slid down the wall, sat on the floor. The light in the attic never turned off. It burned day and night. Through the floorboards, people in the street can see it. A single warm glow from the top window. They think it's the attic light. They think someone lives up there. They're right. I'm still here. I still breathe. But the door only opens from the inside, and I haven't wanted to leave yet. Not really, because sometimes late at night I hear footsteps in the hallway below. Someone pacing, someone waiting. And I know it's the next one. The one who will find the note. The one who will read it. The one who will climb the stairs and stay. If you ever buy an old house and find a door painted shut, don't open it. Don't pry it. Just don't even look at it too long. Because some doors don't lead to attics. They lead to waiting. And once you step through, you may find you don't want to leave. Not because you can't, but because you finally understand why someone stayed for so long. And the footsteps you hear below are only the beginning.